Rakta Yahweh, Rakta Yahshua, Rakta Yahweh, Rakta Yahshua, Hashem, Barakah, Radash, Ajama honor to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity.
The title of this lesson, Music to Our Ears. When something in music to your ears is something that is pleasant, or satisfying for you to hear or to discover. So through the Spirit, what did we discover that was music to our ears? Which is this truth. By having a true understanding of the scriptures via Yahweh, Yahweh putting the Spirit upon us. And I know each sincere brother and sister, they can attest when they first was awoken to this truth, this was like music to their ears. Because it was something different from what this world teaches, from what these school systems and this religions, all that teaches you. It was something different. You knew in your spirit that it was something different, but at the same time, you couldn't fully explain it. But we know now through the Spirit that this is like music to our ears. And then we Psalms 3:1.
All right, this Psalms 3:1. It says, "By night on my bed I saw him whom my soul loved."
And this is King Solomon referencing about the scriptures. He's going into about wisdom, true wisdom, and how to seek it.
Okay. He said, "I saw him, but I found him not. I rise now and go about the city in the streets, and in the broad ways I will seek him whom my soul loved."
Yep. And I remember Apostle Tahar, he stated that before he was awoken to the truth, he was just like roaming the streets of New York, and he saw the prophets out there teaching. And he said when he first heard it, it was just like it was something different from what this world teaches you, and he just like gravitated to his spirit. He said he never left, Go ahead.
It says, "I saw him, but I found him not." 3. It says, "The watchmen that go about the city found me, to whom I said, saw ye him whom my soul loved."
Yep, and the watchman represents the prophets.
"It was but a little that I passed from them, but I found him whom my soul loved. I held him and would not let him go."
So King Solomon is like using poetry, how this wisdom, when you capture it, when you find out about it, you're supposed to hold it like a woman, You're supposed to grab all into it. You're supposed to be passionate about it. That's how we're supposed to be through the Spirit. We're supposed to be on fire. We're supposed to be enthusiastic about this truth. We're supposed to be doing the work daily, like the Spirit was upon our Apostle Elder Tahar, how he declared it through the Spirit, He pushes word out daily, do the daily videos. So we're supposed to stay fervent upon it because right now we're at the end of the so-called white man's chapter. So the more that we push on that right-hand side, of course with the true balance of Yahweh Bashan Shai, the more Esau going to push on the left-hand side. But always remember that the right is always stronger than the left-hand side.
And this is Proverbs 1:20. It says, "Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets." All right. So when you go into the Hebrew for voice, it's Strong's H 63, howal, and it means sound of an instrument to sing. Because basically you're saying music to my ears, right? So at the end of the day, wisdom cried without, she uttered her voice in the streets, and this is a prophet singing. It states,
linking right up with Isaiah 58:1, cry loud, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, man. Because these words, which is like true lyrics to a beautiful song, it's like a loud, it's like a beautiful song, and it's reaching only to the elect. Gonna only be the ones that will be able to hear these lyrics and understand them and dance to the tunes,
Yeah, and then you think about us singing, because some of the songs we sing, although overall it's the truth, you're going to have sad songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you're going to have happy songs. You're going to have songs that get you upbeat. You're going to have songs that make you slow down, things of that nature. It just depends on the spirit of what we're teaching through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Because when King David was going through his different afflictions, that's pretty much like he was having the blues, through the spirit,
Damn.
All right. Got you in mind.
And it's Jeremiah 20, started 7. O Most High, thou hast deceived me. I was deceived. Thou art stronger than I, and hast prevailed. I am derision daily, everyone that mocked me. Verse 8. For since I spake, I cried out. I cried violence. Violence and spoil, because the word of the Most High was made a reproach unto me risen daily. Verse 9. Then I said, I would not make mention of him, nor speak any more of his name, in his name, for his word was in my heart as a burning fire, shut up in my bones.
Yep. So Jeremiah, he was passionate about this truth, even though he was getting mockery, made of him by our people. But at the same time, it couldn't stop because there was that inspiration, which really is the Holy Spirit was put upon him to continue to push out this word. And that's how we're supposed to be on fire. We're supposed to be enthusiastic about this truth. Anytime we hear or see anything about this truth, we're supposed to have more passion for it. And that explains through our different works that we have to do.
I got a quick one. And this is Matthew 11:16. Did you have that one? Yeah. I'll fall back on that one. You want to Acts?
Matthew, you get it. It'll be good.
You sure? Okay. Hey, this is Matthew 11:17. You know what? I started verse 16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets.
And the markets go to like the agora, which is like how you do all types of businesses on the streets, Linking right back up with Proverbs, the 1st chapter.
Proverbs 1:21. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the city she uttereth her word, saying.
That's where you find true wisdom at, Go ahead.
You know what? Since you said that, one more. This is Song of Songs 3:2. I will rise now and go about the city in the streets and in the broadways. I will seek him whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I found him not. Just proves your point. The prophet singing out there in the streets. I know.
Okay. You got it. You want to say something?
Yeah, please expound me, y'all. You think I'm tripping over there, bro? Go bring it down for me.
Because at the end of the day, the Most High, he's extended his arm out in the open. He made his prophets to be a spectacle. When you see the brothers out there, it's really like a live band. The Most High got a bunch of live bands all throughout the earth. Especially here in Babylon, and he's singing that new song, man. Hey, the hook, got his name in it. Right. You see the verse talking about Esau going into slavery.
Right.
These heathens going into slavery. Us being kings, man.
It's actually jamming. You know what I mean?
That's right. So hey, that song going forth, man.
That's right.
That new song, and now we got the full understanding, man. Because this song has never been sung with this full understanding, man.
That's right. And this is Matthew 11:16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows and saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented.
Yep, so that's like when, you see the prophets out there on the highways and the byways, and also that spiritual highway, the internet, majority of our people, they'll just walk past the camera or they'll just keep driving by. Or you see our videos on the internet, you will just keep clicking on and find something else that's suitable for you. Mm-hmm. So that right there, that's us piping to you through the spirit, You cannot dance or you cannot, be in sync to these tunes, to these songs,
And in the Greek, pipe goes into to play on the flute.
Right. Like a bagpipe.
Yeah.
Per se.
Yeah. Hey, because it says, we pipe to them, they have not danced, because that's a reaction. Yeah. Why people don't react to this word, like, when I used to DJ, it was certain songs you would play, and Jacob go crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They
soon they hear the first tune.
Soon they hear the first instrument of that beat, Jake going crazy. They reacting, or somebody that died in the hood, so you play the Master P.
Right.
Now Jake all sentimental and shit. Mm-hmm. You see, they react, to those songs, man. But when it comes to this new song, Jake had no reaction, man. Look at the reaction to they look at the reaction from the election. Jake reacted to that, man. But when it comes to the new song, we have Bashim Al Shah, no reaction, man.
But when a song come on you don't like though, you don't know the words to. They actually don't know the lyrics to the song, so they just like, you know, it ain't interesting. You know what I'm saying? So that beat ain't hitting because they don't know. They don't know. Then you know what I'm saying. Once you get some understanding, then you it ain't into that genre per se. You know what I'm saying?
Like they say something like that. They in tune to like another station.
Yeah.
They all
frequency.
Another frequency.
Like, they all about frequencies and waves per se. You know what I'm saying? Though, this is a wave right here. These scriptures, them 66 books. There's 66 different ways, you know what I mean?
Yes,
plus the apocrypha, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so they in tune with Esau's song about voting, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Democracy, by
Christianity. That sound good to them.
American Dream.
Another song, we be like, man, change this shit, man. That shit don't bump in my rag. What better say on Right.
Alright, so while we singing this song, you know, we supposed to be on the same page, you know? You know, one band, one sound. We get that 1 Corinthians 1 and 10.
1 Corinthians 1 and 10. First Corinthians 1 and 10. And it says, now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, that ye all speak the same thing, that there be no division among you, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment.
Yep, so this song is like, you know, it's like those lyrics, and part of the lyrics is having this understanding. You know, so that, like I said earlier, that one band, one sound. So each significant brother, they play like a significant role in the house of David, building up that, you know, that tower, building up that house, you know, or like liken it to the body of Yahushua, because each brother, you know, they make like a perfect body part of that body, you know what I'm saying?
Like the symbols are. They just do this. That's it. They might do it one time like the whole song, but we need it, you know what I'm saying? That's what made the song like perfect, you know what I mean?
Everything's all like
yeah. It might be one sound that you might just hear, you might hear it one time, like when it first come on, you know what I mean?
The triangle.
Yeah. Right, that ain't no major sound that you hear, you know, but you need it though. Exactly. It make the groove be a groove, you know what I mean?
That hi-hat.
Right.
That hi-hat make a difference.
Yeah, imagine if you ain't had one. You really ain't got that. You ain't bouncing. You know what I mean? So
yeah, they had that bounce. So every brother, you know, play a part. You know, because you have a lot of, you know, great lead singers. You know, when you look at music history, you know, like the Luther Vandross and you know Michael Jackson, but they had some badass bands. Man.
Right.
Stevie Wonder, like they don't know the bands. Like they name ain't out there, but they had some badass bands. Man. You know, and without them bands, that sound, you know, wouldn't, you know, been so good. So just like in this ministry, man, it's a one band, like I said, one band, one sound, man, you know.
That's right. So when like a brother that's part of this ministry, he started like teaching these wayward doctrines. You know, you messing up that song.
Yeah,
sing a whole new song.
Yeah, a whole new song. The lyrics just thrown off now. You know. All right, so
I said that's why you know I got that video on like all for one for all. And, you know, and basically the definition is all members of one group support each other, and each other individual members, each. So I can read back over. All members of a group support each other individual members, and individual members plead to support the group, and that's how it's in the truth. We gotta be one body, because we all, especially that movie, Three Musketeers, all for one for all. We all got the same goal. We speak the same doctrine. Because if one brother then going to teach something else, he know about the group.
that's right.
So we come in this thing, which Pastor Paul will say, of ours, we gotta be on the same mind. Especially we gotta be all on the same mind.
Same mind, man. Yeah. And that's how you make that song be more beautiful through the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's how it can be played out clearly. That harmony.
it had more substance to it too. You know, them songs they say ain't got nothing in it. It's empty. You know what I mean?
Like them Jakes used to harmonize.
Right.
No sound, you know, when they just their voices they harmonize. Acapella.
Right. I got a precept too. This 1 Corinthians 12 and 25. what you said, Tyrone. You said there should be no schisms in the body, but that the members should have the same care for one another.
Same care. You know, because like I say, it's not an ego thing.
Right.
You know, where you have a lot of people feeding into, you know, this one person ego. No, everybody, you know, is exalting, you know, exhorting, admonishing, you know, everyone.
Right.
You know, the body, you know, take care of itself. You know?
That's right.
So that's what this thing is about. Everyone adding in for the purpose of the edification of the church, man. No matter how small or how, you know, big your portion is, you know, it's needed, you know, for the edification of the church, man.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, whatever they do.
Okay, bro. You want to get yours?
Yeah, since we talking about one, you know, one body, one sound, right? And this is 2 Chronicles 5 and 12. Also the Levites, which were the singers of all of them of Asaph, of Heman, of Jeduathan, with their sons and their brethren, being arrayed in white linen, having cymbals and psalteries and harps, stood at the east end of the altar, and with them 120 priests sounding with trumpets. It came even to pass, as the trumpeters and singers were as one, to make one sound, to be heard, and praising and thanking the Lord Yahweh. And when they lifted up their voice with the trumpets and cymbals and instruments of music, and praised the Lord Yahweh, saying, "For he is good, for his mercy endured forever," that then the house was filled with a cloud, even the house of the Lord Yahweh. So the Most High presence is with us, man, when you're preaching one sound, one body. You know?
In the midst.
He's in the midst of it.
Yeah. And then even going back to Asaph, you know, he was you know, the brother's familiar with that Psalm 73. Well, that was a song of Asaph. You know, he was singing that. You know, he was singing about Esau being in prosperity. They are not in trouble as other men. Yeah, he was singing that song, man. You know, and then he said, "What? Till he went into the sanctuary of the Lord and understood their end."
Right.
You know, so hey, they was actually singing these songs, prophesying, man.
That's right.
You know,
Like I said, they still. That's why that movie 300 is kind of going on with this, because they fought in a perfect order.
Okay.
You know, because they told that
No humpback.
the humpback he couldn't leave a shield.
Yeah.
You know, he couldn't take the thigh to the neck. That's how to protect him. He couldn't do that.
It's all about formation.
It's all about formation.
They're
So,
a unit.
they're a unit.
On formation.
That's right, bro.
And to prove the point that it's all about a song, it is Psalm 4 and 2. It says, "O ye sons of men, how long will ye turn my glory into shame? How long will ye love vanity and seeking after leasing?" Salah. Now, when you go into that term Salah, because you see that term in Psalms a lot, in Strong's H5542 pronounced as Salah, which means a technical music term, probably showing pause and interruption. Salah.
Okay. Beautiful. Alright, so like through the spiritual, while you know we discovered this truth, which was music to our ears, and you know we explained a little bit further how when we got the lyrics to this song, we became as that spiritual choir, like, you know, one band, one sound. So now when we got these lyrics to the song, we supposed to vocalize this song throughout the whole world and tell them about the lyrics of this song. So we get Jeremiah 28.
It's Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war, of evil, and of pestilence.
Read that again, bro.
And it's Jeremiah 28:8.
Yep.
The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied before.
And that trickled down to us right now. Go ahead.
Prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms.
Right now, we're prophesying against the system, beginning with America under the control of the Edomites. All right, and we're letting you know through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Ashah, which we're singing to these heathen nations as well, that their kingdom is going down. And we're letting our people know, as we're singing as well, that we're we have next, beginning with the elect of Israel. So we're singing to you, utilizing the Holy Scriptures. Go ahead.
That song, going to like the prophets of old, how they, each prophet back in they, ancient times, wherever particular kingdom they was in, they was always opposed to it through the Spirit. They was chanting down through the Spirit. So as us coming back, as the hopeful elect, as the prophets of Yahweh Bashar Shah, we chant down this kingdom as well. We speaking about the destruction of Babylon the Great. We talking about a new, a favorable outcome, which is Yahweh Shah coming back, ushering in his kingdom, which is a righteous new world order. So that's that beautiful song that the majority of our people can't dance or be in tune with.
It's a war of evil, pestilence.
Isaiah 62.
Isaiah 62, 6. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 62, verse 6. And it says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, Yahweh by Shema Shai, keep not silence.
Yep. So we supposed to read that again, brother.
Telling this Isaiah 62 and 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence.
So we supposed to be like those children getting on our father's nerves, you know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be hastening that date. Keep bugging you, how about Shah, when you gonna come destroy this place? How long you gonna let your earth, get disrespected like this daily, man? How long you gonna let the animals and the trees, all the things here that you created to continue to get, just depleted here? So that's what we were praying to you, how about Shah? We're supposed to be getting on his nerves so he can come back and send Yahweh Shah to come back and set things back right on this earth, man.
That's right. And it goes by us singing. And I got a precept just to match you, Scott. Matthew 10 and 27, and it says, what I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops. So long story short, basically, we supposed to sing on the housetops, doing our daily videos and publishing these daily videos as well, going out there on the highways and the byways. We're singing to you. Basically, well, that's symbolic for us singing on the housetops, making ourselves public, So you want Ecclesiastes 47, right?
Yeah, I got one for you. It's Isaiah 62 and 7. And give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
So continue to sing on the housetops until the second coming of Yahweh Shai. All right, because right now, if you read the parable about the foolish and wise virgins, we are actually in the midnight point. Okay, this is midnight, and once midnight is over, what happens? It brings forth a new day, a new rulership, a new kingdom.
Like Apostle Tarek stays in the spirit, like we at those, there's 6 trumpets, 6 vials. That's right.
This one for Psalm, according to what you were saying. This is Psalm 94 and 1. It says, O Lord, Yahweh Bashim al-Shah, power to whom vengeance belongeth, O power to whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself, lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth, render a reward to the proud. Lord, Yahweh Bashim al-Shah.
So we have rowdy music too.
Right.
We're singing how Yahweh and Yahweh Shah are going to ride on our enemies.
Right.
What's up, Kill?
It says, how long shall the wicked triumph? How long shall they utter and speak hard things, and all the workers of iniquity boast
Because
themselves?
at the end of that song this morning, it's sorrowful. Because at the end of the day, it's coming, but it still makes you mourn because of the process can be so agonizing.
So it's like us in the spirit giving the Most High no rest, man. We continue complaining about it, like we ain't gonna come back. When.
So we got that song on repeat.
Yeah, exactly.
Jumping down to verse 7, it says, yet they say, the Lord Yahweh Bashim al-Shah shall not see it, neither shall the power of Jacob regard it. Understand ye brutish among the people, and ye fools, when will you be wise? He that planteth the ear, shall he not hear? He that formed the eye, shall he not see?
So the Most High is hearing this song, via the angels, because they're reporting on what we're doing, and those reports go strictly to Yahweh Shah and then to Yahweh.
You remember years ago when the apostles out there on 34th and 7th, it was a guy came and we believed the spirit could be an angel, and he told the apostles, which was out there, Apostle Tuhar, Apostle Gabar, and Apostle Remla, he said, the Most High told me to tell you that he's very pleased with you all. You know what I'm saying? So we believe through the spirit. Hey, that could have been an angel, man.
And they never seen him before.
Never seen him
And he
before.
never came back.
So it was just like a quick testimony like that.
I think the time said that.
That is Isaiah 13:1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Verse 2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountains, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of nobles.
Yeah, we lifting up our voice.
Yeah.
You know, and that requires we're singing, which is symbolic of prophesying. The gates of the nobles talk about what? The streets. You know, who are the nobles, meaning highborn, these people that control the system, who are the international bankers, beginning with the Rothschild.
And Trump said something recently about the prophets.
Of doom.
Yeah, the prophets of doom. You know what I'm saying?
Because we sing in what this song makes them sing.
Yeah.
Because it's bringing doom to them. We know we're prophesying, look, your kingdom is going down. Who want to play that song?
Yeah.
That's going to make them depressed.
Yeah, and their songs made us down in the spirit. You know what I'm saying?
America.
Yeah. God bless America and all that. You know, that makes us mournful. You know?
Star Springer Bell.
Right.
They raised their head.
Right. All right.
What was that damn song he used to program to us in Cousins Coach Scott? That Thanksgiving song.
Acts now.
No, that's about 47.
Oh, my bad. Top Scott.
Yeah, 1 and 2, then 5 and 9.
Alright. This is Ecclesiastes 47:1. And after him rose up Nathan to prophesy in the time of David, as is the fat taken away from the peace offering. So was David chosen out of the sons of Israel. He played with lions as with kids, and with bears as with lambs. Slew he not a giant when he was yet but young, and did he not take away reproach from the people, when he lifted up his hand with the stone and a sling and beat down the boasting of Goliath. For he called upon the Most High Lord, and he gave him strength in his right hand to slay that mighty warrior, and set up the horn of his people. So the people honored him with 10,000s and praised him in the blessings of the Lord, and that he gave him a crown of glory. For he destroyed the enemies on every side, and brought to naught the Philistines, his adversaries, and brake their horn asunder unto this day. In all his works he praised the Holy One, Most High, with words of glory. With his whole heart he sung songs, and loved him that made him. He set singers also before the altar, that by their voices they might make sweet melody, and daily sing praises in their song.
And those singers representing the house of David, man. Coming back in their lots right now, they destroying the enemies through the spirit. You know, breaking down the strongholds that were set up in the society by the workers of iniquity, by Esau's crafty counsels like 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? By all the lies that was always sit up here. You know, so we were like those watchmen or those singers in that spiritual choir, and we singing out loud, and that's breaking down this stronghold of America, man. Yeah, bro.
You want to?
Yeah, that was it right there. Okay. All right. In the Acts 2.
This is the book of Acts chapter 2, verse 40. And it says, 2 through 47. It's Acts 2 and 40. And it says, and with many other words did he testify and exhort, saying, save yourself from this untoward generation.
And this is Gamaliel. He was speaking to the apostles at the time.
And it says, then they gladly received his word. His word were baptized, and the same day were added unto them about 3,000 souls. And they continued steadfastly in apostles' doctrine and fellowship, and in breaking of bread and prayers.
So like there was
Apostle Peter.
Yeah, Apostle Peter. You got it.
Alright, verse 43. It says, and fear came upon every soul, and many wonders and signs were done by the apostles, and all that believed were together and had all things coming, and sold their possessions and goods, and parted them to all men, and as every man had need. And they continued daily with one accord in the temple, and breaking bread from house to house, did eat their meat with gladness and singleness of heart, praising the Most High and having favor with all the people. And the Lord Yahweh Shai added to the church daily as such as should be saved.
That's what we doing through the Spirit, you know, by prophesying daily, by doing our daily videos. So right there, that's like us breaking bread through the Spirit. And as it says, that we was all on one accord, just like the apostles was back in the ancient times. That one band and one sound. And that spiritual choir is breaking down this system of America, man. You know? So with that, I hope y'all was edified. You know, this was like music to our ears. And Lord willing, it was music to the hopefully elect's ears that's out there listening, man. So we'd like to give all honor glory again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. That once again to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim. Y'all stay strong. Shalom.
Shalom.